Hello guys, let us discuss about Python dictionary in this video. A Python dictionary is basically a collection of key value pairs with each key having its own value. So how we can create a Python dictionary? We can create an empty dictionary like this and we can check its type. So this is dict. Like for list, it shows you list. For tuple, it shows you tuple. Like that, it is a dict type data. Now, we will create one dictionary like this. This D2 is a dictionary which has got two keys and those keys have their own values. How we can see them? So just write bracket and give key. One is key. It will give you its value, that is 100. If I say 2, it will give its value, that is 200. Now I have D1. Now how I can assign value over here? I have created an empty one. So let me go there. So here I can say D1 within bracket. I can write say 1 and here I can write 100. And then here I can say 2 and equal to 200. Just see D1 exactly like this one. So here what I have done, I created D2 and I did not create empty dictionary. I gave the value and this D2 became a dictionary because this brace and this syntax talks about the dictionary type. So it got created. Here created an empty box and then put value. So how I can put value? Within bracket I have to give key and equal to sign and whatever value we want to put. I could have even given a list like that, 200, 300, 400. That is also fine. So let us now discuss, is there any other ways of creating dictionary? Yes, we can create dictionary like this. Say, let me create D3 equal to, I will write dict, okay? And now I will say, this is another way of creating dictionary. So this is a function dict and it has taken a dictionary type of data and then it assigned it to D3. So there are three ways we have used. One is create an empty, then write bracket key and equal to sign value. That is one of the ways of creating a dictionary. And then you assign a dictionary to an object. That is a second way. And the third way is write dict function and create like this. So these are three different ways that we can create a dictionary. So it is about manually creating. So what about creating a dictionary through generation? So we want to generate, we don't want to manually enter. So how we will go about it? So let us create one dictionary, and for this we will have to have an empty dictionary. So I will write free range 111 and then just see what I'm saying. I'm saying D4 I and then I will write equal to I multiplied by I, basically I square. So what is happening here? Just see, if I write D4, I generated. So I generated this dictionary. 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, so on, so forth. Right? So this is how I generated a dictionary. Let us create one interesting dictionary, like say I will say D5 and I will write for I in range. I will say 65 and then 65 plus 26. Basically what I'm doing is, just a minute, let me create and then I will tell you CHR I. CHR what? It is a function which returns the character corresponding to a particular ASCII value. So I'm passing 65. 65 is a value for which I will get a symbol that is A, right? Now let me write this I. Now what has this done? Okay, I'm getting an error message. What is this? Okay, sorry. This should be parenthesis, not bracket. Okay. Yeah. So here I have created a dictionary like this, right? D5 is basically it has got all the keys, this alphabets, capital letter A, B, C, and corresponding ASCII code, that is 65 is equal to A, 66 is equal to B, like that. So this is how I have created. Now what is the use? Look, the use is very simple. I say D5, if I say A, I will get its 65. That is ASCII code I will get. If I say D5, I will say C. Then it is 67. So on so forth. So this is how we can create dictionary here. How it is different from list, that should be discussed right away. See, if I have a list, if I have to access data from list, I have to give index number, and first index number will be 0. Last index number will be size minus 1 or n minus 1. In dictionary, if I have to access value, I have to pass corresponding key. Without key, we cannot get values coming out of a dictionary. We have to give a key and its corresponding value will come. So what I can do is here I can write a loop for I in range. Again, I will write what? Um, 65, then 65 plus 26. So I am going to access each and every data that I have stored in the dictionary called D5. So what I will do, of course, let me print this. So I will say D5 and then what I should pass. I should pass A, B, C, D. Those are my keys. So how I can do that? I will say CHR parenthesis I will say, and I'm printing them. So what it will do? It will keep accessing the corresponding values, right? So all the values have come all the way from 65 to 90. That is key here. The first key was A and the last key was Z, capital A, capital Z. So this is how I can access data. This is how I can create my dictionary. Clear? Now, there are other ways also of creating, generating data or accessing data. We will see one by one all of those. But first, let me see how I can access data from a dictionary, not in this fashion, in a different fashion altogether. Because you know what? Here I know what are my keys. I can write those keys. But more often than not, you will not be aware of the keys. You will only know dictionary name, but keys you will not be aware. So what you will do? I will write something like that. K, Y, in, and here I go. D5 items. Okay. And then I will say key K and V. See, I got all the data. Now, what is this D5 items? Look, D5 items when I write, I get something like this. This is the object that I get. So what I'm getting key value, key value, key value, all the keys with their values I'm getting, their respective values I'm getting. Correct. So if I write D5 keys, I get this. All the keys I'm getting. If I say D5 values, I will get only values. If I say D5 item the way I wrote there, I will get key value pairs like this. So all that most of the time you will be using this syntax to get all the keys and values from a dictionary, because writing like this is not possible, because here you we know very well that my keys are starting from 65 and they are ending at 90, so I created this range and I am getting all the values, but that is practically it may not happen all the time when we are writing our programs. So this is one of the ways of accessing data from dictionary, and not one of the ways, this is the most used method of accessing data from the dictionary. Now, let us go further and just see. Now, let us create some problem for ourselves. What is the problem? See, when I write like this, I get, okay, where is that? This is D5, not D. Okay, I get value. See, so far as I give correct keys, I will keep getting the correct corresponding values. But what happens, suppose I give something like this. See, I do not have any small a as key. Obviously, system will say key error. Now, what system is telling is, look, you do not have any key with small a. So this is the message. I'm getting key error. Now, how to avoid it? You know, there is another way of taking data. You write D5 and they say get, and you write A. Obviously, it will not get any value corresponding to A because this A key doesn't exist. But this will not give error message. Okay, it is not giving me error message, and that is one thing. Another beauty is this particular thing takes a default value. So you are telling that, look, I am telling you get me value corresponding to this key. In case you do not find the corresponding value, suppose you don't have this key, and obviously if there is no key, there will not be a corresponding value, right? So you show me something like this, no key found, this value. So what happens? This key is not there. I am getting this particular value, and very soon we will be using this get to do some wonderful thing while dealing with dictionary. Okay, we will do that in a short while from now. So that is one stuff. So we have seen the various ways of accessing data from the dictionary. Okay, now let us discuss about these methods. These methods are going to work on dictionary. So we have already seen keys. So what was that? D5 keys. It is going to show us keys of D5 dictionary, only keys. And if I write D5 values, it will show only the values. If I write D5 items, it is it is going to show us keys as well as values of that particular dictionary, namely D5. And coming to this method get, we have discussed about it extensively, right? This D5 get, what it does, etc. Now pop. Pop, as you can guess what it will do, from D5, if I write pop A, it will remove this key along with its value. Now, if I see D5, this is how it looks, correct? B is not there. Okay, good. Now, next, pop item. Now, what pop item will do? Pop item will remove one item. It is not taking any input, it will arbitrarily remove one item. Then comes update. Okay, now what we will do is we already have D5, correct? This dictionary is already there. I will write something like this. I will say I have something like this. I'll say B colon, I will write 166, and then I will say C colon 667. Just see what is going to happen, how it is going to update. Okay, now I will say D5 update and pass X1. So what happened? See, this B key value has been replaced with 166. And C, this key's value, value, whatever value was there, it is replaced with 167. So what was B? 66. C was 67. Now if I see my dictionary, you will find the modified value. So update command can be used to modify any value, but you will have to create something like this and write. It will just look for this key, and whatever value you are supplying, that value is going to replace the existing value. Correct? So that is what update is doing here. Next, what is that? Next is clear, copy from keys. Now what is clear? Look, clear is going to simply clear your dictionary. Now just see, you are left with empty dictionary. All the contents have been removed. Let us create this because I am referring to it again and again. I need for further methods where I created this D5. Let me see. Okay, this is where I created. Okay, I need it. That is why. Now, what is next? Copy and from keys. Let me explain from keys and then I will go to copy. Copy is very important. Now, what does from key do? From keys like this, right? From keys. And then what I will do? I will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I will give a value like z. See what is happening? 1 is 0, 2 is 0, 3 is 0, 4 is 0, 5 is 0. And if I want, I can assign it to some dictionary, maybe D6. So I have a dictionary which has got keys like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all of them have got 0 values. Correct? We can sort of find its use case. It is not completely unnecessary. We will see it, okay, when time comes. But just remember, this is the syntax. Now, let us discuss about copy command. What copy does? It is very, very important. Let me create two dictionaries. Here, see, I will say D7 is equal to, I'm creating key like this, key, value, key, value. I will see my D7. Yes, it got created. I will say my D8 is equal to D7. If I write like this, what happens? If I see the memory location of D8 and if I see my memory location of D7, both are same, which means that if I update my D7, my D8 will get updated. No, that is not a correct statement. Basically, this particular dictionary is being referred to with two names. One is D7, the other is D8. So you use any of those names to update. It doesn't really matter, right? They are referring to one object, only names are different. So if I say D7's key, that is 1, 1 should be changed to 111. Okay, good. Now see D7, the value got changed. Now you should not be surprised when you see D8, it will also say that, look, I am also having the same value. No, actually that is not the correct interpretation. D7 and D8 are not at all different. They are referring to the same object. When I change 1 colon 11, so this entire object has two names D7, D8. So if I use D7 to change the value, and I'm seeing that. Now I'm using D8 to see the. So whether you refer to this object by the name D8 or D7 doesn't really matter. But if the requirement is that no, listen, I want to change D7's content or anything inside that, that should not impact my D8. D8 should contain my original data. So, okay. Now what we will do is I will create D7. I created D7. See, like this. This is the content of this. These are the values, keys, values of D7. I will not do like this. This time I will say copy like this. I am creating shallow copy of this dictionary. Now I will see the memory location of this. Now I will see D7. Remember that number 4608 and this. Hmm, this is 6288 4608. That means D8 is a different object, D7 is a different object. Now if I change my D7's value, what is the value of D7? D7 value is 1. The key 1 has got 11 value. Now I'm going to change and I will see D7. It is saying 111. Now I will see D8. Now D8 has got original value, whatever was there. Why? Because this time that object is not being referred to by D7 as well as D8. D7 is different, D8 is different. By writing like this copy, I created D8 which was like this only. But since it is a different object altogether, if I am modifying D7, D8 will remain unaffected. And if I change anything in D8, D7 will remain unaffected. Let us change D8 now. D8 2, I will say this is 222. Okay. Now I will say D8. Yes, value, this value got changed. Good. Has it changed this 7? No, it still has got 22. So they are distinctly two different objects. So if you have any requirement that, look, I'm going to change the content of a particular object, but I want to retain that object so that I will refer to that object's original data, then you should use copy command. This is very, very important and it will be used very often in many scenarios. Okay, so that was very important piece of function, right? Good. Now let us do one thing. Now we will write one small code and we will see whether this from keys is going to be useful or not. Okay, this from keys, remember this from keys I am going to copy here. Let me bring here. Just remember that I'm going to use it. No, otherwise it was looking, look what, I mean, what I will do with this 1 0 and all these things. It is of no use. No, there could be scenarios where this can be handy. So let me do one thing. I am importing from, I'll say import numpy np. Okay. I will say create many numbers like this, and the range should be 10. 1 to 10 numbers I'm generating, 1000 numbers I'm generating. Look this. Okay. So these are the numbers, right? 1 to 10. The range is 1 to 10. 1000 such numbers have created, and it is random. I don't know how many times one got created, how many times two got created. So now I want frequency count. What is frequency count? How many times in this X 1 is occurring, how many times 2 is occurring, how many times 3 is occurring, so on, so forth. So what we will do? It is a very simple thing. Recollect our knowledge of get. What does get do? See here, we will use get. Okay. I will say for I in X, what it will do when I say it is going to print everything. So this is of no use at this point in time. What I will do is I will say there is a dictionary 9. This is empty one. Okay. I will say D9 get me what? I. Some number will come. 9 is, suppose 9 is going to come. that key is not existing. So what it will do? It will show you nothing. So what I will say, no, 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 don't show me nothing. You should give me zero. If there is no key, please give me zero. Then I will say, okay, I will just do plus one. So the very first number will get counter as one. Okay. Then I will say, okay, assign this to that key. What is my key now here? 9. So at this point in time, my D9 with the value 9, why I'm writing 9? Because I'm seeing 9 over here, okay? This will become, this will hold value as 1. Assuming that again 9 comes, next number is also 9. So I will say when it has got key, you give me its value. It will, now this time it will not give me 0, it will give me 1. So what I will do, I will get 1 and I will add 1. Now this becomes 2. I will put 2 to D9, D9's 9 key. Now suppose if it's 1 is coming, the same story is going to happen. And then at the end, I will have frequency caught done. Now I told you I created 1000 numbers. So I want to see whether all those 1000 numbers are there in my frequency caught or not. What I will do, I will say D9. Oh, 55. What is that? It is taking your only keys. What I have to do? I will take values. See, 1000. What was that 55? This is, if I do not write anything, it will by default take keys. But I can explicitly take the sum of, though it doesn't make any sense, but still you can just see how it is going to work. See, this is 55. What? You have 1, you have 2, you have 3. Do you have 4? Yes, 4. 5 is also there. So all the keys are there, 55. So 1 to 10, if you total, sum them up, it will be 55. So frequency count can be done like this, right? I have used this get. Is this the only way of doing it? No. This is one of the decent ways of doing. Now bring our from keys. What happens? Let us make use of this from keys. See what I will do now. I will say, please create 10 from keys. How many keys? 10 from keys. And don't write like this, okay? Don't write like this. You say list range 1 to 11. If I write, let's see what is happening. I will show you. If I write like this, I write list range 1 to 10. What happens? This 10 is there. Very nice. So I'm going to put this here. Let me put this here. This entire thing. Right. And then I will tell you initialize everything as 0. And I will say this is my D10. Okay. Just see what is your D10. D10 says, look, I have key 1, 2, 3, 4, all the keys are there, but all the values are 0 only. Yes, that is how it is intended to be, and that is how it is. Now what I will do is for I in, go back to that X, this stuff, okay, X. Now I will say D10I. Look, what numbers are going to be there? 1 to 10, right? So have all the keys. All the keys, initially they will give me what? 0. I will say D10 I plus 1. So what is happening? A number comes, initially it is 0, it is getting incremented by 1. So 1 goes to say the key with 1. Then again 1 comes, that becomes 2. So it will keep overwriting the key, right? 1 will keep getting overwritten as it comes. And eventually, when I see detail, wow, it has got identical data. 1, I don't know, where is that 1? C1 was there. 1 was 94. So let me take again count. How I take count? I say, okay, please give me values and I want to sum. I want to see whether the all the values have been considered or not for taking 1000 and keys, whether all the keys have come or not. How will see 10 keys 55. Good. So we have seen how we can use or we can use we can make use of this from keys. That is what is all about methods of dictionary. Now let us talk about what type of keys we can use. Look, to be able to use key, you must make sure that those keys are immutable. Okay, so there is a term called mutable, mutable, and immutable. So for keys, we can use only those data types which are immutable. So what are immutable data types? Let me write here. I'm not writing all of them, some of them. Int, float, string. Yes, sometimes tuple yes, sometimes no. I will tell you when and when not. And mutable what? List. So let me repeat that for key, you can use only immutable. So let me create a dictionary. 11, I'm getting like this. Okay. I will use, this is my dictionary. I'm using integer and I'm storing what? I can store anything. Hello. Very good. One has taken. So integer it will take. I'm writing float. It will take float also. Okay, now I will give string. So what string I will give? I will say hi, phi. Okay, string is also taken. So these are all key. One is key, float is key, string is key. I want to give tuple now. Okay, so let me give tuple. What is tuple? Tuple will be something like this. 1, 2, 3. It's a tuple. Okay, tuple has also come. But we have to be careful with tuple. Inside tuple, we should have all the immutable elements. See, 1, 2, 3. Those numbers are integers and they are immutable. Hence, my tuple has become an immutable object. Immutable. But inside tuple, I can write anything. So, if inside tuple, I have something like this, a list, okay, 10, 20. My tuple is like this. The problem is list is mutable object. So in turn, this list is converting your tuple into mutable project. I repeat, tuple is immutable. Since list is mutable, this is going to in turn convert your tuple into mutable. And if it is mutable, it cannot be used in key. So just see here, it says unhashable type. See, let us not get confused by this word unhashable. Basically, this because of this list, it is creating problem. Earlier it created right for 1, 2, 3, but I am giving this list inside this tuple. So because of this, it cannot take. So that is why I said immutable tuple when I write, okay, I can say condition applies. Okay, there is a condition. It is not like, okay, I can use tuple as a key. No, tuple should not have mutable object inside it. If that is the case, then it will not create, and you have seen that, correct? Okay, very good. So these are the things which will which can be used as keys. So let me now try with one list. I am writing a list itself. I'll say 1, 2, 3. my list, I'm trying to make my list as key. So it has given unhashable. So same thing, you cannot have list as key. So let me repeat. Dictionary keys can be created using immutable objects of Python like integer, float, string, tuple. And in case of tuple, if tuple does not have any mutable elements within it, and if we have any object that is mutable, it cannot be used to create dictionary key you are seeing here. Okay, so that is the story about what can be used and cannot be used so far as dictionary keys are concerned. Okay, so we have seen how we can, create quickly our dictionary, right? Like frequency count we saw very very quickly we created, right? Like this. Can I have something smarter than this, right? I will not run this. So I will say, okay, D9, D10, or okay, D12, empty stuff. Okay, even empty stuff is not required. Just see it. I will say from collections is a must one module. I am importing counter. I'm okay. Now what I will do? I will say counter X. Simply supply this X, which has got many numbers, right? And then it is giving you this. What you can do is store in a variable. No, you can say D12 or whatever. D12. Okay. Now D12 has got what? This. Can I do something like this? See, dictionary got created. So now I will store it again because it was showing like counter. No, I just removed it. Can I take a count? See, we have to always take count. We should not. So what is this? Sum. What we are expecting? 1000. If it is keys, then what we would expect? 55. If that happens, that means everything has gone well, right? So this is another way. See what I've done from collection import counter. Counter you supply X. What? X has got so many things and it has created key value pair. Frequency count has been done. So this is another thing which we should use whenever we need such activity to be done in our program when we are dealing with dictionary, of course. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the upcoming video.